is it at all possible for a just and wise being, who does everything with absolute wisdom, not to maintain the rights of his creatures, not to obtain the right of the oppressed from the oppressor, and to reduce justice to nothing? This justice exists virtually here. So it means there is a great court somewhere else, and there is a land of justice, and there must be. We will examine this proof under two headings. Justice means to give every owner their right and to put everything in its place in accordance with wisdom and benefit. Justice is the opposite of oppression and cruelty. In this sense of justice, God Almighty is absolutely just. Let us prove it. Justice means to give every owner their right. When we look at this realm, we see that the sustenance and equipment of all the creatures are given to them in the best way. Not even one creature is forgotten. A fly is not given the wing of an eagle, and an eagle is not given the wings of a fly. Each creature is equipped with the devices that it needs. Even the rights of the creatures that we despise are preserved like that. You will confirm us when you examine the body of a fly or an insect. The fact that everything is created, given shape, and put in their appropriate places in accordance with precise equilibrium and in appropriate measures, to equip them with the most appropriate devices, and that they are given their rights in accordance with their disposition shows that all matters are done in accordance with infinite justice. The fact that the fly is given an eye with 5,000 lenses, that the fish is given a fin, that a bird is given a wing, that the elephant is given a trunk, and that the camel is given a hump, is also an indication of this justice. In short, that each creature is given the organs that are necessary for their survival is an outcome of this justice. Now we are asking, who equips even a fly with organs to enable it to maintain its life by preserving its right to live? Who equips all creatures with wise organs and preserves their right to live? Who puts those organs in the most appropriate places? Who gives them the bodies full of wisdom and the forms full of benefits? Who maintains the equilibrium in this realm? In short, who is the just owner of the justice that takes place before our eyes? It is definitely God, and it is the manifestations of His justice. Now, let us have a look at another aspect of justice. One aspect of justice is to take the revenge of the oppressed from the oppressors. The pages of history are full of the grievous ends of the oppressors in this sense. The pharaohs, Nimrods, Croesuses, and many more oppressors were hit by the divine blows of the name Al-Adil, the just, and the rights of the oppressed were taken from them. However, as it will be explained under the second heading, this world cannot be a place for the full manifestation of justice. It is left to another realm. Besides, when a gate is opened in the hereafter with the name Al-Adil, the fact that the full manifestation of this aspect of justice is not visible in this world will be presented as proof. However, we can say this. Phrases like, "It serves him right," "You sow what you reap," frequently used for the oppressors, prove that the oppressors always suffer divine blows. Even one blow received by an oppressor shows that there exists an absolute just being behind the curtain. The existence of thousands of blows like that shows the existence of that being like the sun and does not let any opening for denial. Another aspect of justice is this. It is to protect the rights of other living beings by preserving the equilibrium in the realm. For instance, microorganisms reproduce very fast when they have appropriate conditions. If these microorganisms could reproduce as they wished, they would invade this world. However, they were not allowed to reproduce as they wished in order to protect the rights of living of the other beings. They were forced to struggle various enemies, and thus they were prevented from invading the world. Let us ask again, is it possible for such fine equilibrium to take place coincidentally, and such a coincidence to continue for thousands of years? If it is not possible, who established this amazing equilibrium in the universe? Who is the just being that prevents living beings from the tendency of invading the realm? It is definitely God. The flawless equilibrium seen in this realm proves the existence of God Almighty, who established this equilibrium and His justice like the sun. Is it at all possible for justice that preserves the right of a small creature and helps it not to preserve the rights of man, who is a great creature? And to reduce itself to nothing? Is it possible? It is definitely impossible. Then a big court must be established, and a place of justice must be prepared, since the rights of man will be preserved, and justice will not be reduced to nothing. Man, who lives a short life in this ephemeral world, cannot realize and experience the truth of that big justice here. This ephemeral and temporary world is away from being a place of justice for man, who has been created for eternity. In this world, the oppressors live in dignity, and the oppressed live in contempt. However, real justice demands that the right of the oppressed be taken from the oppressor, and this small man be rewarded or punished not in accordance with his small size, but in accordance with the greatness of his murder, the importance of his nature, and the greatness of his duty. They can only be possible in the hereafter. Since the world exists, and there exists mercy and justice in the world, there definitely exists the hereafter too, just like the world. And we are going toward the hereafter. To deny the hereafter means to deny the world and what is in the world. That is, the time of death and the grave are waiting for man. Similarly, hell and paradise are waiting for and watching man too. Now, let us summarize what we have learned about this proof in items. 1. There exists endless justice in this realm. The fact that everything is created, given shape, and put in their appropriate place in accordance with precise equilibrium, and in appropriate measure to equip them with the most appropriate devices, and that they are given their rights in accordance with their disposition, and to hit the oppressors with divine blows, shows that all matters are done in accordance with infinite justice. 2. Since deeds cannot be without doers, the justice that is visible must have a doer, called Al-Adil, true to his name. That doer can only be God Almighty. 3. There must be a big court and a place of justice, since God has endless justice and does everything with justice. This ephemeral world is away from being a place of justice. How can the rights of thousands of people that have been killed by one person be taken from the murderer in this world? You can kill him only once, and it can be the retaliation for one person only. How about the rights of other oppressed people? If the hereafter does not occur, the rights of man will not have been preserved. God, who has endless justice, will never allow it. 4. When this world is observed, it will be seen that the oppressors live in dignity, and the oppressed live in contempt, and that they die in the same way. If the hereafter does not occur, and if the oppressor gets away with it, it will be an endless oppression for the oppressed. God is far away and free from such oppression. 5. To deny the hereafter can only be possible by denying the existence of God Almighty and His name, Al-Adil. To deny God can only be possible by denying the justice that takes place before our eyes. A person who denies justice must be blind or insane. Besides, We do not address people who are not sane. 6. We want to add this. The reason why justice is not manifest fully in this world is the mystery of testing. Due to the mystery of testing, God lets the oppressors, although He is not pleased with it. If He did not let them, the mystery of testing would be invalid, and the wisdom of the establishment of the world would disappear. It is the same for both human beings and animals. Due to the mystery of testing, many cruelties are allowed, and the rights of the oppressed people are left to the hereafter. In short, God, who shows His endless justice by giving a body, even to a fly, giving it a form, equipping it with endless wise organs, and by training it, will not leave the rights of the oppressed in the oppressor by not bringing the hereafter. He is far away and free from it. Yes, one day, the oppressor will be punished for his oppression, and the oppressed will be rewarded for the derogation he has suffered. Even the hornless sheep will get its claim from the horned sheep. We believe it, and we confirm it.